Today, we'll be doing a Mat Pilates session that's a more intermediate or advanced level. You should be familiar with the various Pilates exercises in order to flow from one to the other. This is the Benniebarrefitness Pilates studio. We'll sit down with control onto our mat, and we're going to go straight into the single leg circle. Rolling down onto the back, we'll reach the left leg away on the mat, right leg lifts straight up to the ceiling 90 degrees, and we're going to start that circle with an internal rotation, crossing over the resting leg. Last circle here, and now we're going to scissor switch the legs. Right leg coming down, left leg, taking those single leg circles, and going in an internal motion, crossing over the leg, down, around, and up. Now scissor switch the legs. Right leg goes to the outside, circling externally. Remember to stabilize through the pelvis. Scissor switch the legs. Left leg takes that external rotation. We want to be steady and stable through the pelvis while we move through the hip joint. Both legs coming up towards 90 degrees. Bring the hands behind the head and go into the double straight leg stretch. Maintaining a neutral pelvis, we're going to reach the legs away and return back up towards the ceiling. We want to make sure that we're not getting any air underneath our low back, and we are stable through the spine and through the pelvis as we reach the legs away and really work through the core. Single straight leg stretch. Head, neck, and shoulders are peeled up, and we're grabbing onto the leg somewhere between the calf and the ankle as we extend the opposite leg out, hovering off the mat. Now both legs coming back up together, and we're going to lower them down towards the mat one at a time. Lift the legs overhead and go into the roll up. Exhale as we tuck the chin towards the chest, peel up one vertebrae at a time and extend long over the feet, and then roll back down. We're going to maintain the C curve in our spine. Exhale as we roll up, reach, and exhale, rolling back down. Inhale as we extend through neutral spine. Exhale, C curve and reach. Inhale, and exhale, rolling back down, one vertebrae at a time. And last roll up here. And now we're going to stack up through the spine one vertebrae at a time, shoulders over hips, and go into the spine stretch. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, reach up and over, stretching beyond the feet. And inhale, stacking up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, lifting up tall through the spine, and exhale as we reach forward. Next, moving into the spine twist, legs coming together and arms coming out to a T. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, twist in the opposite direction, and inhale, return. Making sure that we're keeping the back nice and long. Shoulders are over top of those hips, and we're not slouching through this movement. The shoulders are rolled down and back, and the hips and the feet are absolutely still and stable. The only movement we have here is rotating through the spine rather than shifting through the hips and feet. Now roll back down onto the mat and lift both legs up into a tabletop position. Reach them out towards 45 degrees and go into the rollover. Flex through the feet, take them hip distance apart as we roll back down in the rollover. Point the toes at 45 degrees, zip the legs together, roll over, separate the legs hip distance apart, flex, and roll back down. Throughout this exercise, we want to make sure that we're not holding tension through the neck or chest, and that we're rolling through each vertebrae at a time, peeling the spine off rather than thrusting the hips, and then melting down one vertebrae at a time, articulating and working the core here. Palms are down, pressing into the mat. Bend the knees into tabletop now. Peel up head, neck, and shoulders and go into the single leg stretch. One leg reaches away while the other knee pulls in. We're maintaining a neutral pelvis and we're stable through the pelvis and spine, maintaining that chest curl, head, neck, and shoulders peeled up. Gaze is forward without any tension in the neck, looking over top of the legs. Now sitting up with a C curve through the spine, we're going into rolling like a ball. Curl your body into a ball position. We'll inhale as we roll back to the shoulder blades. Exhale as we come back, balancing here. Making sure as we roll back that we're rolling back to the shoulder blades and not taking any pressure back to the head. We're now going to roll back and balance on the shoulder blades, head, neck, and shoulders peeled up, going into the double leg stretch. And we're going to hold this out for several seconds and then circle the arms and bring it back in. Reaching out wide, legs and arms to 45 degrees, arms framing the face, and then circling back in. Holding here. And snow angel the arms back in, hug the legs, reaching out long, and circling back in. Good. Continue here. And from here, lower down head, neck, and shoulders. Pull the knees in towards the chest and take a little rock from side to side for a back massage. Now reach the legs out to 45 degrees and up into the corkscrew. For this variation of the corkscrew, we're going to circle the legs up to the side, come over center, and then circle down to the opposite side, all the way back around. So we'll exhale, come up over the left into this rollover position, and then sweep the legs out to the right as we circle back down. Thinking about here as we circle up, keeping the hips stable and steady and letting the feet float off to the side, twisting through the spine and then rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Same thing in the other direction, circling up, twisting the feet off to the side, twisting through the spine and coming back down. Exhale as you twist up, inhale at the top, exhale, twist off and lower down. Now this time we're going to lift into jackknife at the top. So corkscrew up, lift the legs up, feet over top of the eyes, lower back down, twist the feet off to the side, and roll all the way down. Same thing on the other side. We're going to go back the way we came, rolling over, pressing up into jackknife, folding back down, twisting the feet off, and rolling all the way down. Good. Drawing the knees in towards the chest here. Give a little rock from side to side. Next, we'll go into the jackknife. We'll reach the legs away to 45 degrees, palms down towards the mat, roll over, and from here we're going to stretch up into that jackknife and then fold back down. Press back up and fold back down, staying in this rollover position, pressing the legs straight up and lowering back down towards the mat. You can feel your triceps working here as well as you press through those hands evenly on the mat, and go ahead and roll down through the spine, taking the legs the whole way down towards the mat and lifting the arms up to frame the face. We're preparing next to go into the teaser. Exhale as you lift up the upper and lower body. Inhale at the top and exhale, rolling back down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, fold up and together, open the chest, and rolling back down. Using that exhalation on your way up, inhaling at the top to hold, and exhale as you roll and fold back down. This time at the top, we're going to grab hold of the feet, open up the legs about hip distance apart, and go into the open leg rocker. We'll inhale as we C-curve the spine, and exhale as we lift up. C-curve as you roll back to your shoulder blades. On the inhalation, on the exhale, lift up. At the top here, we're going to come out of the C curve and open the chest the way that we do in the teaser exercise. Balance is the name of the game, and use your breath to help you. Now with control, we're going to roll back. Release the hands down towards the mat, take the leg out to 45 degrees. We'll exhale, come up and over and move into the control balance. Take the feet down towards the floor, both hands float up overhead. Grab a hold of one foot as you reach the other leg away. Lower down and switch the hands to grab onto the other foot. This one, as the title tells you, is all about control and balance. Making sure that your back and your hamstrings are stretched out to a good point before proceeding to this exercise. And make sure that you keep breathing, keep the chin tucked in towards the chest, and keep the body weight over the shoulder blades. Roll the legs back down, bend through the knees. And now lift up head, neck, and shoulders and move into the crisscross. Twist through the body and take that elbow out beyond the knee as you stabilize through your pelvis and twist through the spine. Really exhale, twist and reach as that opposite leg lifts and lengthens out. Keep the elbows wide and the elbow proceeding to the outside of the knee. Really think about wringing out through the spine. Now grab a hold of those legs, pull them in towards the body, and move back into the double leg stretch. Reaching out, and we're taking this with a good pace here rather than with holds this time. Inhale, lengthen out and away. Exhale, circle back in. Keep the head, neck, and shoulders lifted, peeled off the mat, gaze forward towards the feet. Last one there, lower down, and we're going to get up and move over into a plank position for the leg pull down. Wrists underneath the shoulders, come into your plank, left toe comes up, leg lifted, and through the right foot, we're rising up onto the toe and pressing the heel back. Shifting the weight forward and back, switch legs. Hold that nice plank position, keep the neck in line with the spine. Both feet down. And we're gonna lower down to the mat, holding chaturanga, and finally fully lower down. Go into the double leg kick, fingers interlaced at the back of the spine. Float the legs, inhale as you lift the chest, and exhale, 3 kicks in. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades back, and exhale, lower down through the chest as you kick the legs in 3 times. Inhale as you lift the upper body, exhale, lower down and kick the legs 3 times. Maintain your legs floating here the whole time. Coming into the single leg kick. We take 2 kicks on each leg, making sure here that we are up on the shoulders, that the pubic bone is pressing into the mat, and we are scooped in and out through the abdominals, and we're really feeling the tension in the hamstrings. From here, place the hands underneath the shoulders and come up into the swan dive. We want to inhale as we're lifting the upper body and exhale as we dive forward. Catch yourself, and finally press back into a rest pose. Breathing deeply here, we are done with our session for the day. Check out the links in my write-up below for my Patreon channel, where you can do Mat Pilates, Barre, Springboard Pilates, or everything. Regular classes, working with me online. And you can check out my YouTube channel for more Mat Pilates, Barre, and Springboard Pilates. I will see you guys next time in the studio. Thank you so much for joining me today.